Hello, my name is Jasmine, and I'm the teen librarian at the Lamont Public Library District. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few new teen fiction and graphic novels for the month of August that we'll have here at the library. At the end, I will also be telling you about teen programs we're offering this fall and service hour opportunities you might be interested in. Let's get started. Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson. The fire wasn't Marlo Wexler's fault. They should be hot, but not hot enough to warrant little firemen. Akila, the girl Marlo had been in love with for years, would never go out with her again. No one dates an accidental arsonist. With her house-sitting career up in flames, it seems the universe owes Marlo a new summer job, and that's how she ends up at Morning House, a mansion built on an island in the 1920s and abandoned shortly thereafter. It's easy enough giving tours. Low risk of fire. High chance of getting bored talking about stained glass and nut cutlets and prohibition. Oh, and the deaths. Did anyone mention the deaths? Maybe this job isn't a gift after all. Morning House has a horrific secret that's been buried for decades, and now the person who brought her here is missing. All it takes is one clue to set off a catastrophic chain of events. One small detail, just like a spark, could burn it all down if someone doesn't bury Marlo first. Read-alects include One Last Breath by Jenny Myers, Sane, and How to Find a Missing Girl by Victoria Worosak. The Dark We Know by Ren Yi Li. Growing up in Slater, Isadora Chang had never felt at ease in their oppressive small town, ever before she realized she was bisexual. But after the deaths of two childhood friends, Slater went from feeling claustrophobic to suffocating. So Issa took off before the town could swallow her too, even though it meant leaving everything she knew behind, including her last surviving friend, Mason. When Issa's abusive father dies, however, she agrees to come home from art school, just long enough to collect the inheritance. But then Mason turns up at the cemetery with a revelation and a plea. Their friends were murdered by an evil that haunts the town, and he needs Issa to help stop it before it takes anyone else. When Issa begins to hear strange songs on the wind and eerie artworks fill her sketchbook that she can't recall drawing, she's forced to stop running and confront her past. Because something is waiting in the shadows of Slater's Valley. Something that feeds on the pain and heartbreak of its children. Whatever it is, it knows Issa's back, and it won't let her escape again. Wang Li's young adult debut is an intimate and gripping exploration of trauma, healing, and the lasting power of friendship. Read-alects include She is a Haunting, Stephen King's It, and The Haunting of Hill House. My Salty Mary by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. My Lady Jane fixes Jane Grey's tragic past, and now My Salty Mary will do the same for the infamous pirate Mary Read. Don't call this mermaid little, call her captain, unless you want to walk the plank. Mary's in love with the so-called Prince of Charlestown, except he doesn't love her back, which is inconvenient, since she's a mermaid. Being broken-hearted means she'll, poof, turn into sea foam. But instead, Mary finds herself pulled out of the sea and up onto a pirate ship. To survive, she'll join them, but Mary isn't willing to just sing the yo-ho-hos. She's want the pirate life. All of it. She's ready to make a splash by becoming captain. But when Blackbeard dies suddenly, Mary has a chance to become so much more. Pirate king, or queen. She won't let anyone stop her. Not Blackbeard's cute son, not her best friend from back under the sea who's having a bit too much fun with his new legs, and certainly not anyone who says she can't be a pirate just because she's a girl. She may not be the best man for the job, but she's definitely proved that she's worth her salt. Perfect for fans of The Princess Bride and Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. Don't miss the Prime Video streaming hit, My Lady Jane. Mysterious Ways by Wendy Wonder. 17-year-old Maya knows everything. When she looks at someone, she instantly knows their history, their private thoughts, their secret desires, their most tragic failures. Combine these private miseries with the general state of the world, and it's easy to see why Maya's powers start to get her down. Which is why she's sent to the Whispering Pines psychiatric facility, and also why starting at a new school is going to be such a challenge. Now, faced with Tyler, a cute guy she actually wants to know everything about, Maya realizes that maybe her power isn't so horrible after all. Maybe she can use it for good. Maybe she can even get the guy. Or maybe there's really is such a thing as knowing too much. For fans of John Green and Nicola Yoon. Under the Surface by Diana Urban. Ruby is terrified to cave to her feelings for Sean and risk him crushing her heart. Sean is pumped to spend a week with Ruby in Paris on their senior class trip, and he'll wait however long until she's ready to take things further. But when Ruby's best friend sneaks out at the first night to meet a mysterious French boy, Ruby goes after her with 2 classmates, but caves to another temptation, attending Mystery Boy's exclusive party in the Paris catacombs, the intricate web of tunnels beneath the city, home to 6 million long-dead Parisians. Only they never reach the party. Underground, as something sinister chases them, they get lost in the endless maze of bones, uncovering dark secrets about the catacombs and each other. And if they can't find a way out, they'll die in the dark beneath the city of light. Above ground, Sean races to find the girl he loves as a media frenzy over the 4 missing teens begins. Read-alikes include 5 Survive by Holly Jackson and The Lake House by Sarah Beth Durst. Our Shark's Echo by Jade Adia. 16-year-old Nahira Holloway's only goal in life is to get through it unnoticed. That and to spend her first summer in LA building a doomsday bunker in her backyard. Because if the past few years have taught Nahira anything, it's that the ocean levels are rising, minimum wage is a scam, and the people are supposed to protect you or hurt you. Now, the only thing that helps Nahira stay afloat amidst the constant waves of anxiety and dread that threatens to drag her under is her new mantra, be prepared. But Nahira wasn't prepared for Mac Torres, not for his disarmingly cute face, or for his surfer lifestyle, or for the way his smile resuscitates her heart. Max is a bomb that blows Nahira's world to pieces, but instead of disaster, he fills it with sunset bonfires, breakfast burritos, and new friends. For years, Nahira's life was resolved around ignoring the demons of her past, avoiding the problems of her present, and preparing for the catastrophes of the future. Now Mac, with his sunshine laugh and infectious optimism, is determined to show her another way to be. But in a world where the worst feels inevitable, can one summer be enough to light the way to a hopeful future? Can one summer be enough to fall in love? Read-alikes include Smash It by Francina Simon and Let's Call It a Doomsday by Katie Henry. The Extraordinary Disappointments of Leopold Berry by Ransom Riggs. 17-year-old Leopold Berry is seeing weird things around Los Angeles. A man who pops a tooth into a parking meter, a glowing trapdoor in a parking lot, a half-mechanical raccoon with its tail on fire that just won't leave him alone. Every hallucinatory moment seems plucked from a cheesy 1990s fantasy TV show called Max's Adventures in Thunderworld, and that's because they are. Not a good sign. In the blur weeks after his mother's death, a young Leopold discovers a VHS tape of its one and only season in a box headed for the trash, and soon became obsessed. Losing himself in Sunder was the best way to avoid 2 things, grieving his mother and being a chronic disappointment to his overbearing father. But when the strange visions return, at the worst possible time on the worst possible day, Leopold turns to his best friend Emmett for help. Together they discover that Sunder is much more than just an old TV show, and that Los Angeles is far stranger than they ever imagined. And soon he'll realize that not only is Sunderworld real, but it's in grave danger. Certain he's finally been chosen for greatness, Leopold risks everything to claim his destiny, save the world of his childhood dreams, and prove once and for all that he's not the disappointment his father believes him to be. But when everything goes terribly, horribly, excruciatingly wrong, Leopold's disappointments prove to be more extraordinary than he ever could have imagined. Reader likes include Grey Raven by Maggie Stiefvater and Dream to Me by Megan Pasch. Tiffany's Griffin by Magnolia Porter, Siddell, and Maddie Gonzalez. Marnie Plumer is a bookish, lonely girl with a chip on her shoulder. There's nothing she cares about more than her favorite book series, The Griffin Riders of Crystal Fall. When it miraculously turns out that the world of the books is actually real, and they need a chosen one to come from the real world and save them from danger, Marnie is shocked and, of course, overjoyed. There's just one problem. The chosen one they seek is not actually her. It's Tiffany Rodriguez, the pretty, popular girl who, in Marnie's eyes, already has everything she could ever want. Why should Tiffany get to have this too? Marnie decides she's the one who deserves to be the chosen one. She'll make it happen no matter what, even if she has to do something she'll never thought to do, become Tiffany's friend. Reader likes include Plain Jane and the Mermaid by Vera Brosgol and Upstage by Robin Easter. Hover Girls by Geneva Bowers. Jalissa and Kim Velasquez are cousins who moved to the city of Los Aguaceros together. Kim dreams of becoming a famous model and fashion designer, while Jalissa is just trying to hold herself together after a breakdown the year before. When a curious incident on the beach leaves them with supernatural powers and monsters start attacking the city, Kim decides that using their powers to stop them is the perfect way for them to become famous. But being heroes isn't as easy as it seems, and Los Aguaceros is in more danger than they imagined. This beautifully illustrated and hilarious YA graphic novel began as a webcomic and quickly became a webtoon sensation. This print edition features an expanded story and updated art, offering something for new and old fans alike. Reader likes include Box of Light by Seiko Arisawa and Junk Wraith by Eleanor Reiki. Ash's Cabin by Jen Wang. Ash has always felt alone. Adults ignore the climate crisis. Other kids Ash's age are more interested in pop stars and popularity contests than in fighting for change. Even Ash's family seems to be sleepwalking through life. The only person who ever seemed to get Ash was their grandpa Edwin. Before he died, he used to talk about building a secret cabin deep in the California wilderness. Did he ever build it? What if it's still there, waiting for him to come back, or if Ash to find it? To Ash, that maybe mythical cabin is starting to feel like the perfect place for a fresh start and an escape from the miserable feeling of alienation that haunts their daily life. But making the wilds your home isn't easy, and as much as Ash wants to be alone, can they really be happy alone? Can they survive alone? Reader likes include Needle and Thread by Dave Pinkney and Age 16 by Rosina Fung. This fall, for tween and teen programs, we are offering Adventures Unite, a murder mystery party, petrifying potions, and decorative sugar skulls. We're also doing 100 books before graduation, where you read 100 books before graduating, log them through your Brainstack account, and win prizes on the way to 100. For service hours, we have Teens and Tots Lego Adventures, our Teen Volunteer Squad, and At Your Service programs, and our Character Pen Pals letter writing program, where you can come in and pick up a kid to write letters to children as their favorite character. We also have book reviews and advanced reader book reviews where you get to keep the title after reviewing it. I also make Team Take and Makes monthly if you're looking for a quick craft to complete at home. This month's craft is Water Slime. If you would like any more information about programs or service hour opportunities, you can contact me at jwilkerson@lamontlibrary.org. Thank you and have a great day.